Hi, I'm Julie Weber of Liberate Ministries, and today's topic is called Relationships Video 2. This is the second video in the relationship series. We have been talking about how abortion affects all levels of relationships, whether you're single, cohabiting, or married. Let's continue looking at more ways of how abortion affects relationships and what you can do to improve them. Number 1, your first goal is to get your existing relationships in your life healed and healthy. So, looking at your current state of the relationship, are you both doing well after the abortion today? If you both are experiencing unhealthy emotions and behaviors, then I would suggest you both watch all the videos leading up to this point. Processing them together is helpful in getting both of you up to speed on the teachings and improving your relationship. Make sure that you named your child and participate in the memorial service. If you have decided to stay together, then I would encourage you to reset your relationship from here on out to improve it by setting new healthy dating and sexual boundaries to avoid experiencing this again. Have a plan of action. So if you do get pregnant again, have you resolved the issues of why you made the choice to abort the other child? Resolving these issues that your relationship may be having will keep you from continuing on the path of multiple abortions. Number 2, if it is not possible to get your existing relationship healthy, work to get to the point where you can part ways as friends, so you do not carry baggage into your future relationships. Unforgiveness is baggage that can lead to a hardened heart. It can be carried to the next relationship you're in if you don't deal with it. So let all unforgiveness towards each other go. Agree to leave the relationship as friends, not enemies. Realize that you conceived a child here on earth, and you will always be the parents of that child, whether you stay together or not. Number 3, if your relationship has ended, be encouraged to still watch all the videos that are leading up to this point alone. The stats predict that many couples will break up, and I've witnessed many that do. So according to the dailymail.com article, 70% of couples who opt for abortion split up. I have cited this information that will be attached to this video. You will have some issues that you need to process. So when the time is right to begin a new relationship, you will be healthier to enter into that relationship because you've spent some time improving yourself, working through the videos. Number 4, you may decide to get married because of what you have been through. Let's talk about marriage for a minute. You may feel that you should get married after what has happened. And others may want you to get married and tell you that it is the right thing to do. We are here to tell you that God takes marriage seriously, and you should too. Do not make such a serious decision a default. Well, I guess we will just go ahead and get married. No, nope. Marriage is about love and commitment. It is best to enter into marriage because of love. Otherwise, you may be tempted to leave when the going gets tough. God treats marriage as a covenant. God is faithful to keep the covenant. People break it and treat it like a contract. I will love you if you do this or you do that. Not so with God. Jesus' death and resurrection on the cross is an example of a covenant which allows us and all people to receive salvation by accepting him. John 14:6 says, Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Improvement tip. Be honest with each other and discuss it if you're just using each other. Have the courage to end the relationship and not get married. If you're being pressured to marry by some type of guardian or your culture, I would encourage you to speak the truth in love to your guardian in a peaceful way. I would also pray to Jesus Christ about your situation. He might make a way for you to not be forced to marry or come up with another peaceful way to improve your situation. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I would like to invite you to ask him into your heart. Please pray with me. Dear Jesus Christ, I invite you into my heart. Please forgive me for the way I have been living. I desire a relationship with you. Lead me from this point on. Thank you. Amen. Well, thanks for watching. Live life liberated.